What do you make of the whole renewed argument over enhanced interrogation, which we saw really engaged in the first half of the show? And what about the argument that to the degree that Obama's policies are working, it's because, whether willingly or unwillingly, he's ended up pursuing and even enhancing so many of the Bush policies?
I think that's absolutely right. I mean, that's the fascinating big picture here is the degree to which the Obama policies have inherited and even expanded and built on what Bush did. The architecture here of the war on terror, whether it be permanent detentions or almost unpermanent detentions, Guantanamo, secret rules for state secret
drones.
I mean, those things across the board.
Surge in Afghanistan.
He has taken those and he has basically inherited them. And much like Eisenhower took Truman's Cold War architecture, built on it, and said this is now permanent part of American policy, I think Obama has done that with the Bush anti-terror architecture. And it's worked. And enhanced interrogations is part of that. That's the one area where he has differed from Bush substantially, and yet here we have evidence that his biggest success was built on that.
We don't have any evidence that his greatest success. Look, here, listen. This is so, to me, this is so petty that somehow now Republicans are trying to say we must be sure to credit President Bush. President Bush deserves credit for what he did. He kept this country safe after 9/11. We did not have a subsequent attack. But to somehow say that it's because we were engaged in enhanced interrogation and that led, and it's a very, very uncertain path that it leads directly to the murder of Osama bin Laden. It seems to me petty, and it seems to me to try an attempt to diminish President Obama's. Let me finish this point. You know what? So what if we got some information by means of torturing people? As President Obama, and we heard this morning from Tom Donilon, it's not in our values to pull out people's teeth and eyeballs. And secondly, you know what? We could get that information in other ways.
You've made that point, Bill. Go ahead.
Here's something that's not petty. Eric Holder's Justice Department for 2 years, as Chris pointed out, and asking both Tom Donilon and Dick Cheney about this, have been investigating and claiming and planning to prosecute CIA investigators, investigating them. But they've got lawyers and are under threat. It's an outrage. That should stop. And incidentally, politically, if Barack Obama tomorrow says, you know what, I've ordered the Attorney General to stop this investigation. What's past is past. Let's move forward as a united nation, as a nation united. I think it would be very well received by everyone.
Okay, we have to take a break here, but up next.